stitch it together, and it would have. Oh. Wow, look at me. Good afternoon. Didn't see you there. Hang on, let me just adjust you round a little. I'll just move the camera, not the hole. There we go. Hello. Welcome. My name's Diane, and if you've been here before, you know the drill. Welcome to any new subscribers. It's lovely to have you here. It's been a little while since my last confession. Lots of things going on. I got a cold at Easter weekend, and I've still got like a mucusy, I hate that word, throat thing going on. I just can't get rid of it. So if I cough, I do apologise. I will try and cut it out where I can. Yeah, busy with work and life, the usual. I've got 2 new cast-ons to show you. Oh, I didn't fetch my socks up. I've got some up there. Hold on. Let me go and get my socks. 1 second. I ain't gonna pause you, I'll just cut it out. Okay. Oh dear. Right. Where were we? So yeah, it's been a few weeks, probably about 6 I think, since our last podcast. There's been a few changes. I had some bags in nibbles, needles and hooks. So I do need to get in touch with Liz at some point, see how they did. But I think they did okay, to be honest. And if you went along and purchased a bag from Nibbles, Needles and Hooks, thank you very much. It's most appreciated. We've got some big news later on in the, I'll save that for later in life stuff. 2 finished objects, 3 finished objects, 4. 2 knitting, 2 weaving. So if you're into your weaving, I think I bought the most uncomfortable chair IKEA had. I've got my coffee, so let's stop waffling and get on with it. Okay, so we'll start with finished objects. 1 second. So these were I finished one on the last podcast, and the second one was on the needle still. So these have been washed and blocked. So they're all ready to go in my box of socks that I haven't got a box for yet. 1 by 1 rib, twisted rib. Just my vanilla sock recipe for the fit for me. I know that fits me. Fish Kiss Lips Heel, I think it's called. 64 stitches, and the yarn was Who's Eating All My Windows by Opal. Wow, look at me. So yeah, they can come off the blocker and go in my box, ready for the winter. But I love them. I've got enough to make another, probably 2 more pairs. I think I probably only used about 40 grams. And probably another 1 pair if I do shorties. I might do the leg a little bit longer next time, but yeah, I love them. So that's them, they're done. I also finished the second sock of the other ones. oops, that I was knitting. If you remember, I was knitting 2 pairs consecutively the last time. These haven't been washed and blocked yet, but I'm just going to put them on the blockers just for the purpose of the video, because it just shows them better, doesn't it? There we go. So there's 2. I didn't do a rib on these, I just did a rolled top. Went straight into just vanilla sock again. Fish Kiss Lips heel, 64 stitches on a 2.5mm 9-inch circular, because that's what I like. I prefer the circulars to any other. I can do magic loop, but I don't like the ladder that you get up the side. So yeah, the yarn is from Jo Knit Sew, and I can't remember the name. Let me see if I've still got the label. And I have, yay! Jo Knit Sew, and the colourway is Fluoro Flash. She still does this colourway actually. I've seen it on a couple of their shows. So that's Jo Knit Sew. And it's on a merino yak nylon sock. 243 meters for 100 grams. And I love that. I probably should have made this bit here a little bit longer, because they just comes round my heel to the top of. I couldn't wear them in shoes, but they'll be fine for around the house. So I'm happy with that. I've got 2 pairs of socks out of this yarn, because I made a pair for my daughter at Christmas. So 2 pairs of socks out of a skein of yarn. I'm happy with that. So those are they. Now my weaving, I bought some cotton, and I think it was 10, it was a number 10 cotton. I don't know why they work them in cottons, but let me just cut that off there. These aren't finished. They have been, I have overlocked them, but so I've overlocked the edge, but I haven't cut them. So this is going to be dishcloths. If you can see. I'm not sure of how many ends per inch. I think it was probably about 20. I could count them, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 15. About 15 ends per inch. But I am still learning on the weaving. But I'm happy with that. That'll make some dishcloths. And the cottons I had off an Etsy seller. I'm sorry, I can't remember. If I can find it, I'll pop the name on the screen there. So that was that one. And I got some more cottons from another. I had it off 9. Oh, actually, I've got the thing up there. 1 second. This one. I did have it. Where's everything else? I'll find it once I don't need it, won't I? But these were the cones I bought. I'll pop the name here when I find the receipt. Well, when I find the bands that came off them. I'll pop all the details in the description box as well. Probably in the description box actually. That might be an easier option. But yeah. So those are they. Let's pop you there. Ooh. They just like living on the floor. Just stay there. And this is going to be probably tea towels maybe. I'll probably get a couple of tea towels. This has been washed and blocked, but I haven't cut I've overlocked the end very shabbily, but I shall put some bias binding on there or something like that. But the edges have come out quite nicely actually, not too bad. It does get better as it goes on. I think the first bit is always the hardest, and I just kept on changing, and I think this one was 20. This is 20 ends per inch, yeah. Just kept changing it, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Did make a nice scarf actually, but it's cotton, so it's not too heavy. Oh look, it's quite cool here today, quite overcast. Sun keeps trying to come out, but the wind is really blowing. Couldn't do anything without a weather report, can we? We can't move on without a weather report. So yeah, I like that one. Watch this space to getting those finished off completely. I need to get some nice bias binding or something or make some. It's not too hard, to be fair. And I've got one on the loom at the moment. I don't know if you can see it from there. Let me just try and do it without wrecking it too much. There we go. Pop that in there. Okay. So, oops, a daisy. So that is my latest one. I think this is called, no, this is called the log cabin pattern. And I've just followed a tutorial that was on YouTube. I'll pop the link in the description so you can go and have a look if you're interested in weaving at all. But I'm really enjoying this one because it's two of the colours. I'm using the cream, obviously, the cream and the brown fawn. Well, no, it is brown, isn't it? The browny coloured one. So that one and the one I've thrown on the floor, these two. So I made that first one, and now I'm making the second one out of these cones. And that's what I've got left of the green. I've only used that on that other one. And I've still got all this left on these ones as well, so I think I might do a green and cream one next time. But I'm really enjoying that log cabin pattern. I might just jazz it up a little bit next time and just throw something of my own in there. But I started that last weekend. Was it last weekend? No, the weekend before. And I have like maybe 15-20 minutes every other day. So it doesn't take long to weave actually. That size that I've shown there. It's a couple of meters, I think. Let's see. 2 meters. 2 meters of fabric. I mean, I've got to weave in all my ends on this one. They're all still there, and cut them off. Just because it's weaving doesn't mean to say you get away with weaving in ends, girls. I'm sorry. You still have ends. Unless you use just 2 colours and you just keep them consistent. Because this one, you do 10 blocks, 10 passes, 1 of each colour, and then you swap and do 10 passes, 1 of each colour. So if your dominant colour first is white, when you're doing your 10, you start with a white and it goes on like that. And that's how you get your bricky, loggy cabin pattern. But I'm really enjoying it. I am absolutely loving the weaving. I've had a birthday in May, the beginning of May, and Richard got me another 2 reeds for this loom. I was looking at getting another loom, a bigger table loom. I think it's called a 4 shaft, or yeah, 4 shaft one. I think the 8 would be too much, but let me know if you're a weaver. What would you recommend for moving on from the Samplet loom? Would it be a 4 shaft, an 8 shaft? I only want a table loom. I've got no room at all for a floor loom. This room is jam-packed. Not all my stuff. There's bikes and tools and bags. So, as I said, I share this craft space with our cycling stuff and Richard's bits and pieces. So yeah, as I said, I had a birthday, and I'll show you a couple of things that I got. Richard's mum got me a niddy noddy. Isn't that cool? Because for my spinning, I've been just taking it off my Lazy Kate straight onto the spinny thing. Here we go. What's it called? That up there. You see it there? There. Anyway. Answers in the comments. No, don't. It's fine. So yeah, she got me the niddy noddy. So I have, and she got me this Lazy Kate as well, which I'm finding really useful at the moment. I've just finished spinning these 2, and for some reason, I don't know why, I split this fibre in half. But I've got more on the bottom one than I have on the top one. Doesn't matter, I'll ply it as it is until, and then if there's any of this left, I should just add it onto the next one. So that's no biggie. But I'm really enjoying the spinning as well. Yeah. But yeah, that's my new Lazy Kate. I had one that came with my Ashford spinner up there, and that's really good. But this one I can sit on my shelf, and then when my spinning comes off, I can put the bobbins on there, ready to just ply straight from there. So it works really. I think it's going to work really well. I had some pickup sticks. What else did I have? I had loads of things, but I haven't got them all here. Oh, I had some more crochet. What's it called? Crochet row counter bracelet, which I've never used one of these before. And that came in this little bag. This was from Richard's mum. Isn't that cute? It doesn't say where it doesn't say where it's from. Crochet. Oh, Crochet Society. Crochet Society? I think that's what it's called. Isn't that cute? That'll be really useful. I'll use it on my knitting more than crochet because I don't have to count rows on crochet. The only crochet that I've still got on the hook at the moment is my Battenberg blanket. So I need to do some work on that. And I said it was going to be a long-term project. But I had a thing pop up on my Instagram the other day from when I started it. It's been 3 years. Where's that 3 years gone? I can't believe it. It's unbelievable, honestly. So that's that one. And another one from the Crochet Society, and this is numbered stitch markers. So you've got the buttons on one of those. Aren't they cute? Let me just, ain't they cute? That's number 9. But yeah, 1 to 10, I think there's 10. 1. I ain't gonna count them all. Yeah, 1 to 10. I am. There we go. There's number 10. Isn't that cute? I love them. Buttons, who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it? But yeah, I'm loving those. They'll be good on when you've got to count rows, obviously. So there. I've just been living up there for the time being. I haven't put them away yet. A lot of things I've already moved and I'll put away. Okay, shall we get on to... Oh, Richard's sister bought me a book, amongst other things. But I've been wanting this for ages. 52 weeks of socks. And there's some really nice socks in here. Look at those. They're gorgeous. There's a couple of pairs that I've had a look at that I want to make straight away. The snippet socks is one of them. But I think most people have got this book now anyway, so. And those, I do love a lace sock pattern. But usually I'm just making vanilla socks mainly all the time, because Richard only wears vanilla socks, but I'd like to make some nice pattern socks in some nice yarns. So yes, I'm loving that. Or I will love that when I start a pattern out of it. So I took it out yesterday because it's living on this shelf behind me here with my other books, and yeah, I was just having a look through to find a pattern that I'd like to make. So watch this space. And that is that for that. I've got a couple of acquisitions here. But shall we get into the knitting? Because that's what you're here for, isn't it? We've done everything but. Okay, so I started a new pair of socks for Richard. Vanilla sock as usual, but I'm doing them a bit different this time. It's still a 2.5mm needle, 9-inch circular, higher. I love them. And I've started toe up for a change, because I thought, well, he likes his legs really long, and I'm always ending up with a ball kind of like that of yarn left over, and I've got lots of black little balls of wool all over the place. Not enough to do anything with really, unless you put them all together and make a pair of shorty socks or whatever. So I thought I'd try something different and start these the other way around. So I've started toe up. I've only got the one on the needles at the moment, and the yarn is a signature 4-ply. West Yorkshire Spinners, and the colour shade is, oh no, it's got, oh it is licorice, and it's 99. Yeah, the colour is licorice and the shade is 99, or that might be the dye lot though, wouldn't it? Either way, licorice 99. So, and I got this from Nibbles, Needles and Hooks when I was up there a few weeks at the beginning of, end of April. when I took my bags up there to her. And if you haven't been to Nibbles, Needles and Hooks, where have you been? It's quite the cutest little shop that I've ever seen. And Liz and her partner are absolutely wonderful. They sell wool, commercial yarns, notions, needles, everything knitty, project bags, and cake. You can sit in there, you can have a coffee, you can have a piece of cake, you can knit, you can meet up. It's a lovely, quaint little meeting place as well for everyone. So if you haven't, I'll put it in the description box below, a link to her shop. And if you're in the area, Sheffield, I think she is, get yourself over there and have a nibble and buy a hook. But yeah, I got this from her along with a couple of yarns that I've left downstairs. They were like, well, I bought them to do spinning, but when I got them home I didn't realise they've got a little bit of stretch to them. It's a sock yarn, 4-ply sock yarn, so they'll be ideal for socks. I'll use them for socks, but ideally I wanted it to use on the weaving, to weave on the loom, but with it being stretchy, they're just going to cinch in, so socks it is. So anyway, Richard's new socks cast on. They're living in my higher flyers bag. When you buy the flyers or the 9-inch circulars, they come in these bags. And I got mine, both of them, from Ellie at Craft House Magic. So yeah, she stocks these. Or she used to stock them. I haven't had a look for a while, but I'm sure she still stocks them. So that's Richard's socks. Now I think I'd got this cast on last time we spoke. It is the Mabon sweater by Elenor Mortensen. I'll pop it in the description, or well, everything I talk about I'll put in the description box below. Elenor with an E, Morton, the Mabon sweater, and that is the picture. And I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you remember, I cast on another sprig. I got so far with it and then decided I didn't want to do it. I'd gone too far with the yoke. It was going to be too deep on the yoke. I think I've done too many rows, something like that. Anyway, I ripped it all back because I'm not going to carry on knitting something I'm not going to wear. I did that with this, and I love this, but it could have done with being a little bit wider on the arms, my bad, and a little bit longer in the length, because it comes, and I've showed this before, it's very cropped. Well, ladies of a certain age, we don't want to be wearing cropped tops, do we? But I absolutely love it. It is one of the best tops that I've made ever. I love it, and if I could wear it all the time I would, but because it's so cropped I can only wear it over the top of a t-shirt with jeans. I can't wear it with my dungarees because my sides, my muffin tops stick out. Shall we just tell the truth? So yeah, where was I? Anyway, yes, I ripped that back and then I cast this on, and I think I just cast it on last time we spoke, which was about six weeks ago, something like that. So I'm really far with it, and I absolutely love it. look at that. Oh, it's all scrunched up, been in the bag. I've split for the sleeves. I'm about 3/4 of the way of the body. So there's another, this pattern here, or is it the top one? One of these anyway gets repeated at the bottom, just before the ribbing. But I think I'm almost there with it. I haven't tried it on yet. Well, I tried it on before I split for the sleeves, so they're not. I know they're fine. But I am loving it, and the colour work. Those colours go so well together. I absolutely love it. I'll make this again, I know I will. The best bit about this is the neck. That's the neck. You don't do anything, you don't put anything else on there, and it rolls. If you can see, it rolls a little bit, which I love. And I'm sure once I've blocked it, it'll come out a little bit more as well. So I absolutely love it. So I am going to put, where are those markers? Where did I put them? I'll use one of these. I'm going to put a marker on now because I never put a stitch marker on my work. And I always think, oh, where was I last time? Where was I? So I'm going to put one on now. So that next time we see each other, I can say, that's where it was. Mind you, I always forget to move it anyway. But I think I'd literally just cast on. I think I'd got a couple of rows the last time you saw this. But it's so cute. I love it. And I'm using my Chogo needles. It's a 3.5. The light's getting on there, I can't see. I think it's a 3.5 anyway. Chogo, and it's the one with the turny, the spinning, what's the name? So I love them. There is one, I have just got one gripe with the Chogo, and I found it on all of them that I've used so far out of the set that I had at Christmas. If your stitches are quite tight on your cord, when you first cast on, they keep catching here, just on the joint, and that can be a little bit annoying. Apart from that, I love them. Yeah, really nice needles. And those are my Highland Coos my daughter got me for Christmas. So yeah, the yarns that I'm using are, sorry, I almost forgot that bit. Licorice is the, oh yeah, we're doing a lot of licorice, ain't we? Sock yarn's licorice as well. The grey, so the grey one is licorice, and the burgundy is poison, the one on the floor, obviously. And they're both from Ducky Darlings, because you all know I love Ducky Darlings yarn. There we go. That's licorice. And that's, both of them are on a Superwash Merino Yak Nylon 4-ply. 70-10-10, 400 metres to 100 gram. So hopefully next time you see this, the body should be done, and I should have started the sleeves. Although sometimes I get a bit impatient to start the sleeves because I don't like Sleeve Island very much. And those that are living it, that's living in my handmade project bag that I made myself. I actually made this to house the Zweig when I started that. but it's going to house lots of projects, isn't it? So that's that one. I also have 2 new cast-ons, because I don't know if you can remember, I had quite a few things on the needles that I frogged in March of the Frogs. So I've started another one of these, because why wouldn't you? If you love it so much, just knit it again. Yeah. I mean, I was inspired to cast this on the first time by Tanya, and I can never remember the name of her channel. She does it with her son. I'm sorry, I'll pop it in the description anyway. And it's called the Outline Tee. But see, it needs to be a little bit slouchy, doesn't it? It needed to be. But I cast this on. The amount of stitches for my size, I did the medium, the 3rd size, as I always do, which is what this is as well. And this yarn's a little bit more bloomy than this one. This is a Ducky Darlings one, 4-ply, but this is my own hand dyed, and this is called Camouflage. Oops. Now, this is the 2nd time I've cast this on, and I'd got past this stage. I'd got probably to about there, which is a lot of knitting, and then realised, do you know what, it was just too big. It was coming up really, really big. I put it onto some cord, some stitch holder cords, and it just would have swamped me. I know I want it a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and I want the arms not so cinched in, and I want it a bit longer, but I don't want it to swamp. I don't want it to fit me and Richard together, and it would have. So I went back, ripped it out, because you can't carry on knitting something that you know isn't going to fit, can you? Ripped it all out and cast it on again. It's knit from the bottom up, and then you split for the front, knit one side, then you come back, knit the other side, same at the back on each side, and then you do the sleeves. I think that's what, if I can remember rightly from the last time I knit it anyway. But as always, I don't read the pattern all the way through, but you've got like a drop stitch detail all the way round and down, around the arms, down the sides. Really good construction. I'm really enjoying it. As I said, these are my Chogoos. Don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. I think 3.75. I think. But it's whatever's recommended in the pattern anyway. But I love it. I can't wait for that to be finished. But I'll cast this on again on Tuesday. And I've been knitting a little tiny bit every other day. It hasn't taken me long to almost get back to where I was, so maybe next time I see you that will be finished. I think that's all there is to say about that one. Okay, and I have another cast on, new cast on. I can't remember what I was knitting with this, but you've seen this yarn before. This is my own hand dyed again. Off to Work, it's called. And I am probably the only person in the entire knitting community that hasn't knit one of these before. So yeah, I'm knitting the love note. I'm just using a 4-ply yarn. I can't wear floof anyway. I've just got funny skin. It makes me itch. And I don't know where I am in the pattern now because I haven't picked this up. I started that other one again. And I haven't picked this one up for a while. This is on my, what are these needles? They are higher sharps. It looks like about a 4 or 5 millimeter, but I can't remember offhand, but it's whatever is recommended again in the pattern. As I said, the yarn is my own, hand dyed, and it's off to work. And this is yak. And something else. Sorry, brain fogs, just come over me. Yeah, but I'm loving that as well. So that's how far I am so far. I think I've got another pattern repeat to do, and then I'll split for the sleeves. Or oh no, I've just put the markers in for the shaping, shoulder shaping. So that's where we are with that one. Yeah, we're on the shoulder shaping. These are some more needle stoppers that my daughter got me for Christmas. Little llamas, and they're gorgeous. Let me just, oh, I love them. But yeah, loving that one. God, we're at 45 minutes already. No. Blimey, I've waffled a bit, haven't I? I better wrap this up. But that is all the knitting I've got to show you. I do still have a couple of things down there that are still on the needles. I've got that hat, well, the beret that I haven't worked on in months. Questionable whether that's going to go hit the frog pond or not. And then I've got the scarf, the Irene scarf from Sam. But I've already got my next cast on sorted, and I've got the yarn for this. If you remember a few months ago, I cast on Daft Days cardigan, and I forgot, I'd left it that long that I'd forgotten where I was in it, so I've ripped that out. But I've decided that I am going to knit this one. I'll take it out the packet because we have shiny going on. And I've been inspired to knit this by my lovely friend across the water, Carla from Sew Knit, Create and Repeat. Hiya Carla, hope you're well my lovely. We finally got some sunshine here. Yay! So that'll be my next, but I'm going to get something off the needles. It'll either be the, what's it called, the outline tee, or the Mortensen top. Anyway, it'll either be that one or this one, I imagine. So yeah, that's my next cast on. I do need to break out my blankets that I've got on the go at some point. and finish those off. As I said, my bags were in nibbles, needles and hooks. My month is finished, and as I said, I'll leave a link to her shop in the description. If you are anywhere in the area, please do go and give them a visit, because the shop is absolutely wonderful. I've got a few new yarns in the shop that went in last week. Oh, I almost forgot. How can I forget? My big news. Big news. I'm so excited. It's taken me till now to kind of get my head around the fact that I have been accepted for Yarndale. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yarndale 2025. U-Tree Yarncraft are going to be there. Yeah, I'm so excited. I do have a little bit of, what do they call it? Imposter syndrome. Because it's such a big show. I've only done one show before, which was Bullet J13, which I absolutely enjoyed. Really enjoyed. So I'll be making, Richard and I will be making our way up to Skipton in September, 27th and 28th of September. If you haven't got your tickets, I'll leave a link below. Please do go and get your tickets. It's always a worthwhile show. It's probably one of the second, it's either the second, I'd say it was the second biggest wool show in the country. Yeah, it's huge, absolutely huge. 191 vendors, and I'm one of them. I mean, my name is all the way down at the bottom of the list, but you have to remember it's done alphabetically, and I'm a Y, U-Tree. So, but yeah, so it's such big news. I'm so excited. I've got to get a lot done, but we'll get there. I've got a lot of stock anyway. I always keep lots of stock. There's lots of stock in the shop if you want anything. I've got a sale on at the moment in the shop. So if you're looking for sweaters quantities or a bag and yarn or whatever, it's spend £60 or over and get 25% off, which is huge. It's huge. End of spring sale. That's running till the 31st of June. I will have some new bags in the shop probably next weekend. I dyed some yarns yesterday, so they're going to be in the shop next weekend. So I can't show you. Well, they're still on the line. No, they're not. They're on the airer. I haven't actually done anything with them yet. They're dry. What am I doing? Stop being lazy. The Yarn Club will be in the Etsy shop today at 7 p.m. So if you're interested in the Yarn Club, it's the Tarot Collection Yarn Club. Month 6. Wow, how did we get to 6 months already? Yeah, so the month 6 will be in the Etsy shop at 7 p.m. today. I just got to do the listing for it. And the labels and get them all packaged and rescanned and twisted, and you know the drill. You know, if you're a yarn dyer, there's a lot involved. So I think that is it for this one. I think that's everything. If I've forgotten anything, I'll put it in the description. I'll put everything that we've talked about today, I'll pop in the description box below. I hope you've had a lovely crafty month of May, and you've had some lovely purchases, you've had some lovely finished objects. Let me know what you're knitting on, sewing on. If you have any tips for the loom, please do hook me up, because I'm a novice. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're getting there, we're learning, and that's what it's all about, and it's fun. Okay, so yeah, I'll take my big news of vending at Yarndale and I'll pop off. It's so lovely when you actually meet people that you talk to on Instagram, on YouTube, and you actually meet them in person, because it's such a lovely community. The knitting community, crochet, well, the crafting community is so big, and it's such lovely people. So yeah, if you're going to go, let me know and we'll hook up and say hi. Anyway, I'm going to go. See you on the next one.